let's talk briefly about some legal and accounting considerations for you. Now, of course, it has to be said, these are suggestions only. This is not professional advice. I'm not an attorney, nor am I a CPA or an accountant, nor do I play one on TV. So these are suggestions only. You need to seek your own professional advice for exactly what to do for your ultimate decision on this stuff. But I just want to share with you a few things that I'm doing from this regard with legal and accounting when it comes to outsourcing. Setting up a separate corporation such as an LLC or whatever the equivalent is that in your own country, or it can just be a normal C Corp or S Corp. You basically have a separate corporation that all these workers are hired by and work for. That's so all the liability lies within that little corporation. And basically the only thing that corporation does is employ those workers and manage those workers. So in the rare case, and again, I'm not an attorney. Who knows if this is even going to legally protect you, but this is what I was advised and what I'm doing. So if there was a problem with one of your workers and they tried to sue you or sue your company, or someone was negligent in what one of the workers did or something else, I mean, the odds of this are probably very rare, but it's good to know anyways. Then technically the lawsuit or most of the liability falls within the company, the little corporation that the workers work for. So by having a separate company that just manages your workforce, you kind of can isolate, hopefully at least, that's the thought behind all this, the liability that would fall into any kind of problems, so it doesn't fall over to your other businesses or whatever else that you're doing with the workers. And of course there are accounting advantages as well between having this company bill your other companies for services and things like that, and then sometimes it can be a tax advantage too. It just depends on how the accounting set up. Again, I'm not an accountant. Talk to your own accountant about it. I'm sure they'll tell you what they suggest for you to do. But why this is good is because as you grow as an entrepreneur like me, and which you're probably already doing in many ways, you're going to come up with new ideas. You're going to start future ventures, new little miniature companies that you can tap in and use the same workforce for. That's the beauty of all this outsourcing stuff, right? Once it comes down to creating graphics and setting up the technical side and setting up the servers and opt-in landing pages and affiliate marketing and products and shopping carts and tracking and all the things that go, software development, all the things that go along with online business, you're probably going to eventually get ideas and want to go in different directions and maybe even have multiple little businesses. Well, all these businesses can tap into and use your virtual workforce that you're going to build with outsourcing. But of course, the key with having that separate corporation is that you don't carry all the liability in these other ventures. It all lies within the one corporation. Now, the other reason why this is important is down the road, the structure could also make it easier to have your workforce work on other people's projects. We're really going to get into some of this in the very last module, module number 8, when we talk about some new opportunities for you. You're really going to have your eyes opened in the fact that all the money and all the potential opportunity that's out there, once you master this outsourcing stuff, once you get your own workforce, the things that you can do with that workforce, because let's face it, every business, you've probably realized this is the holy grail of business and marketing. Having inexpensive outsourced workers, being able to leverage labor as a resource to be able to make money and have people do the work for you. This is the holy grail. Every possible small business and entrepreneur and large business for that matter in the world needs outsourcing. So once you master it, once you have some good workers working for you, you learn how to train them, you have the management system to manage all the projects to get work done fast, you're going to have a lot of opportunities open up to you if you want. It's just your option, but when I go through Module 8, you're probably going to want to really think about it. You're going to have the option to use your little workforce to do work for other companies where you'll make a profit on the work, and you can get involved in other projects and partnerships. Anyways, when we get to that, it's really going to open your eyes. But again, using this little structure of legal separation, accounting separation, where the workers work for a certain little company and then they're hired out and billed for other companies, whether they're your own little companies or someone else's, it can keep the accounting and the legal liability pretty clean if you do that. That's why I was advised to do all this, because we're doing everything that I'm talking about here. So just to let you know, I happen to personally use in the United States Incorporate.com. They're one of the biggest corporation filing companies in the world, and I typically form Delaware LLCs. I was advised to do that. The state of Delaware, for whatever reason, has very flexible laws when it comes to corporations. They also don't require individual tax filings in the state. There's a lot of other advantages to it, and you can, of course, do business with that corporation in any other state in the U.S. Again, if you're not from the U.S., check with your own country, see how things work and what the advantages are to different types of corporate structures and things, and of course seek advice and do that. But for those in the U.S., I just wanted to share that. I'd use Incorporate.com. I form Delaware LLCs for different projects and companies, and it's like a total of $339 for all the filing and everything to be done. Then of course you can just take those documents. You can then go set up like a PO box or mailbox with those documents, because a corporation is basically almost like a person. It's like a legal entity. And then of course you can get checking accounts and PayPal accounts and merchant accounts and all that stuff once you have that paperwork, when it's all set up. And it literally can all be done in a matter of a couple days from when you file the online request for them to create the corporation for you. So I just wanted to throw that out. And last but not least, reminder, seek your own legal counsel and accounting advice on this stuff. Now again, if you have a small budget or you're just starting out, it's in my opinion, of course, not legal or accounting advice, but it's in my opinion, I wouldn't worry too much about this kind of stuff. You're fine just hiring one worker most likely, or just hiring someone on a project basis. Like that's what most people do. This is kind of some more advanced legal and accounting stuff, but I wanted to throw that out because I know we have some very, very big thinking people in this program that want to generate a large amount of money with their businesses and through outsourcing. And so I really wanted to throw that out there just to give it food for thought. So hopefully you got something out of these suggestions, and it might be something for you to use. But talk to your own attorneys and your own CPAs and see what they suggest.